police called and said, "We found a little boy abandoned at a bus station. He won't speak to anyone, but he's holding a photograph of you. I've never seen this kid in my life." I told them, "I'm on my way." The entire drive, my hands won't stop shaking on the wheel. At the station, an officer walks me back, and a social worker blocks the hallway before I reach the door. He's 8 years old. Someone left him on a bench at the downtown bus station with a backpack and half a sandwich. He didn't say one word for 6 hours. Then an officer showed him your photo enlarged on a screen, and he finally spoke. He said your name. I try to explain that I have never met this child when she cuts me off. Right now, you are the only person on this planet he will talk to. If you walk out that door, he shuts down again. She pushes the door open, and I have no choice but to step inside. The boy is tiny on a plastic chair, jacket zipped to his chin, gripping a bent photograph with both hands. The second he sees me, his eyes fly open. "Rowan, you came." He crosses the room and wraps around my waist, and I just stand there frozen, arms out like a scarecrow. Then I see the photo in his fist. It's me, 20 years younger, sitting on the hood of a green station wagon, next to my brother, Daniel. I have never even owned a copy of that picture. I kneel down and ask his name, Theo. I ask his dad's name, already feeling the floor tilt. "Daniel, my brother." We hadn't spoken in 10 years. One stupid fight after our mom's funeral that neither of us knew how to take back. 2 years ago, a cousin messaged me that Daniel had passed. Heart condition. I sent flowers to a town I'd never visited and grieved him like a stranger. Nobody told me he had a son. Nobody thought I'd want to know. While Theo drinks a juice box, the officer empties the backpack onto the table, a toothbrush, a dinosaur shirt, and a stack of envelopes held together with a rubber band. Every single one is in Daniel's handwriting, addressed to me at my old apartment, every single one stamped "Return to Sender." 8 birthday cards. Mine, not his. My brother wrote to me every year, and every year the mail bounced, and he kept them anyway. At the bottom of the bag is a folded note. The officer reads it out loud, flat. His people are in the photo. Daniel always said Rowan would step up. I can't do this anymore. Don't look for me. The social worker steps out to call the mother. When she comes back, her jaw is tight. We reached her at 4 p.m. She asked, "Is he safe?" We said yes. She said, "Then it's handled," and hung up. They call again an hour later about paperwork. She said, "Mail it. I'm 4 states away and I'm not turning around. I have a new family now." Theo hears none of it. He's at the table drawing me a picture of a green station wagon. Around midnight, waiting on an emergency placement, he tugs my sleeve. "Can you tell the wasp story?" Dad told it different every time. I stare at him. The wasp story? The treehouse? The nest? You grabbed him and jumped. And that's when it all makes sense. How this kid knows my face, my name, my childhood. Daniel told him a story about me every single night. "Dad said you were the bravest person he ever knew," Theo says, like it's a plain fact. He said someday we'd drive to your city and knock on your door. He was saving quarters in a coffee can for the gas. I have to step into the hallway so this 8-year-old doesn't watch me come apart against a vending machine. When I come back, I ask how long he waited at the bus station. He shrugs. "Since yesterday, Mom said stay on the bench and someone from Dad's stories would come find me." 26 hours. He sat on a bench for 26 hours, holding a photograph, believing a bedtime story would come to life. And somehow he was right. I don't go home that night. I sit in the social worker's office and start the emergency kinship paperwork on the spot. She warns me it's a long process. Background checks, home visits, court dates. I tell her to book all of it. He's my brother's son. He's mine. 3 months later, Theo's room has a dinosaur lamp and a shelf. And on that shelf sits a coffee can of quarters the county recovered from a storage unit with the rest of Daniel's things. Every night, Theo asks for one story about his dad, and for the first time in 10 years, I have somewhere to put them. The 8 birthday cards are open now, taped in a row above his bed. Every one of them ends with the same word, someday. His mother signed everything by mail. She never asked for a single photo.